Hello and welcome. My name is Olivia. Most people call me Liv, and this is officially my very first YouTube video. I created this channel as an outlet to share the things that have honestly been game changers in keeping me thriving instead of depleted in a time when it can feel like the world is on fire. And it might actually be on fire. Some of the things that you can expect to see here will be things like connecting to nature, sustainable living practices, herbal medicine, pottery, art, cycle syncing, nervous system and hormone regulation, trauma healing, thrifting, and cultivating a sense of safety and well-being. I have a background in cultural anthropology and yogic studies, as well as herbal medicine, and have been well immersed in the healing world for the last 14 years. In this video today, I'll be touching on some of the most important lifestyle practices and tools that keep me thriving, supporting my nervous system during the chaos that is life. The first thing being reconnecting to nature. I know this is a pretty standard one, but as a child, I low-key hated nature. There were bugs and wind, and it was always too hot or too cold, and I just felt uncomfortable. But lo and behold, ya girl became a nature gal. Although I maybe haven't fully made peace with the bugs. Spending time connecting with the intelligence that is the living world has held me and healed me in profound ways. Granted, I am lucky enough to live near some of the most majestic mountains in the world. Nature is reciprocal, and when we give back, she takes care of us in return. There's a reason why it is so often recommended for people struggling with anxiety and depression to spend more time outside, because our disconnection from the natural world is actually making us unwell. I highly recommend starting a garden if you have the space, or joining a community garden if you don't. This year, I'm growing my garden in a community garden because I don't have the space. There's something about being present to the process of growing some of my own food that has just felt honestly so empowering, and I love getting to have super nutrient-dense produce. And that brings me to the next way I like to connect with nature. Herbal medicine. Studying herbal medicine has honestly changed my life so profoundly. I always encourage anyone that has any interest to just take the leap and do it. Even if you just want to take a little beginner class for basic remedies, it's honestly such a fun thing to study. I mean, humans co-evolved along with plants, and so our bodies really know how to efficiently and intelligently distribute them to the areas that we need the most. And while Western medicine is amazing and life-saving, we still need room for these ancient modalities like Ayurveda, herbalism, Chinese medicine, because they can provide just an even more holistic way of treating the body, especially when it comes to chronic issues that sometimes people don't find relief through Western medicine. And to be able to take your health into your own hands and actually know how to support your body is such a wildly empowering thing. I love creating formulas for my friends, family, and of course for myself, and I truly can't believe how much herbal medicine has truly changed my life and my health, and even brought my creativity back to life. And speaking of creativity, nurturing your creative outlets is literally one of the best things you could do for your overall well-being. There are so many studies to show how beneficial it is to physically create something with your hands or pour creativity into a project. It can lower your cortisol, boost your mood, enhance your connection to your identity. It can also be such a powerful way to process emotions and emotional expression. It also can get our brain into a flow state, which is so important for neuroplasticity and really just create more of a sense of fulfillment. Especially in this day and age where we have so much input constantly, we're taking in endless amounts of information every day just through our phone screens, that there tends to be this imbalance in how much we're taking in and how much we're putting out. And creative pursuits are such a good way to pour yourself out into something. And if you're one of those people who thinks that you are not creative at all and have no creative ability, I highly recommend that you watch this TED Talk. I will link it below as well. It just makes a very good case for the importance of creating art now more than ever, and how it actually does make an impact on the world. I never considered myself a super artistic or creative person. Growing up, I played the guitar and would write music and poetry a little bit. But other than that, I did not feel like I was very creative of a person. But now, just over the last year, I started doing pottery, I do watercolor, I got super into the whole junk journaling craze, and just prioritize making time to do things that nurture my creativity. It's made such a big difference in my life. So all in all, the world needs your art, so go make something. Another game changer in my life has been through living cyclical. Some of the ways I do that are through cycle syncing, which I would love to make an entire video about eventually, and then also living super in tune with the seasons. Both of these have really helped me develop a deeper relationship with my own internal rhythms, as well as my energy levels and my productivity. I no longer expect myself to have the same amount of energy and output all month long or all year long. For most of my life, I really struggled with seasonal depression, especially in the winter. But now I allow myself to slow down and rest and go inward during those months, because winter is literally meant to be a season of rest. I mean, that's why animals hibernate and the plants go dormant. It is out of alignment with nature to expect that we should have the same level of productivity and energy in the dead of winter as we do in the height of summer. The same goes with expecting women to have the same amount of energy in the luteal phase as they do in the follicular phase. They both are two completely different phases of the cycle, and shifting into living more cyclically has honestly really allowed me to give myself a lot of grace and permission to actually rest, but also how to take advantage of my energy levels and get shit done when I'm at the peak of my energy and the peak of my productivity. It's honestly such a life hack. And last but not least, I've majorly cut down on my screen time, and just like everyone else, I am very addicted to my phone, but for the first time ever, I actually feel like I have a lot of self-control around my phone because of this little thing I have called a brick. It is the only reason why I have hobbies, to be completely honest. Anyways, if you've made it to this point, thank you so much for watching and supporting my very first YouTube video. And if you want to see more content from me, make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.